On a warm summer day in August 2002, the Saeed train departed from Cairo, heading south towards the heart of Upper Egypt. The train, a vital artery for countless passengers, was bustling with activity as it embarked on its 400-mile journey. Among its passengers was Ahmed, a young student returning home from university, and Fatima, a middle-aged woman traveling to visit her ailing mother. Ahmed, carrying dreams of becoming an engineer, was eager to reunite with his family after a long semester. His mother had prepared his favorite dishes, and he was looking forward to their reunion. Fatima, on the other hand, clutched a small bag of medication and a worn photograph of her mother, praying for her swift recovery. The train, a patchwork of worn-out compartments and aging engines, seemed to be a symbol of both the hopes and struggles of its passengers. The rhythmic clattering of wheels against the tracks was a familiar, comforting sound for many, masking the underlying tensions of a system in disrepair. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the train's journey continued into the night. Exhausted from the day's heat and the constant jostling, passengers settled into their seats. Ahmed was reading a book, occasionally glancing out the window at the dark, rural landscape. Fatima was dozing off, clutching her bag tightly. It was around 10 p.m. when disaster struck. A spark, ignited by a faulty electrical system, quickly turned into a blaze. The fire, fueled by old materials and poor maintenance, spread rapidly through the compartments. The initial shock of the flames sent passengers into a state of panic. Ahmed, jolted awake by the smoke and heat, sprang into action. He moved through the compartment, helping elderly passengers and young children. His heart raced as he tried to find a way out, but the smoke made visibility nearly impossible. Fatima, despite her fear, found a moment of clarity and used her medication bag to cover her face, trying to shield herself from the smoke. The flames were relentless, consuming everything in their path. The train's emergency systems, outdated and inadequate, failed to provide any relief. Passengers were trapped, their cries for help mingling with the roar of the fire. Ahmed and Fatima's paths crossed as they both sought safety. Ahmed helped Fatima and other passengers through a broken window, creating a makeshift escape route. His bravery was evident as he shielded others from the searing heat, urging them to keep moving despite the danger. Fatima, grateful for Ahmed's courage, found a moment of solace amid the chaos. She held his hand tightly, whispering words of thanks and encouragement. Their shared struggle forged a bond of solidarity and mutual support. As dawn broke, the inferno was finally extinguished by the emergency services. The scene was one of devastation. The train, once a symbol of connection, lay in ruins. The loss of life was tragic, with many families left shattered and grieving. Ahmed and Fatima, though traumatized, emerged as survivors. Ahmed's family, anxiously waiting for news, embraced him with tears of relief. Fatima, despite her own injuries, continued to support others. She embodied the resilience and compassion she had shown on the train. In the weeks that followed, the tragedy of the Saeed train became a national discussion. It highlighted the dire need for infrastructure improvements and better safety measures. Families mourned their lost loved ones, while survivors like Ahmed and Fatima began to rebuild their lives, carrying with them the scars and memories of that fateful night. Years later, the Saeed train tragedy remained etched in the collective memory of Egypt. Ahmed went on to complete his studies and became an advocate for railway safety, driven by the desire to prevent such tragedies in the future. Fatima, having lost much but gained a new perspective on life, dedicated herself to helping others affected by similar disasters.